Alright guys, let's talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto on the channel. Now, you know what happened last night. Basically, Trump and his attack on China with these tariffs pretty much pulled us down, guys. So it's not nice to see. I don't like to see it. A lot of people got liquidated. I lost $7,500 personally on paper, we can say. And yeah, not really nice. We dropped about $22,000 or so. On this drop in one day. Now, I've been in crypto about 5 years, guys. I haven't seen a $22,000 drop yet, I think. So, or at least I can't remember that. Now, yesterday when I made a video on Near Protocol, guys, we were sitting right on this neckline here of this inverse head and shoulders. And, you know, I didn't think it would get much worse. I said that in my video. I thought pretty much we were going to hold around that point. And guys, I was totally wrong, unfortunately. So nobody could have predicted this. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it happened, and we are stuck with this situation, and we need to take a look at this, guys. Now, I want to take a quick look at Twitter here, and we do need to get a good laugh here. So yeah, I'm not going to read this on this video, but you can see this. And anyways, guys, there was someone who actually opened $200 million Bitcoin short just minutes before Trump's announcement. Now, that's suspicious in my opinion. They closed at the bottom with about $104 million in profits. Now, I've seen different figures on this. I've seen, I think, 120, 160. Doesn't matter. It's over $100 million. And if I had that, wow, I would definitely, you know, not be YouTubing probably. But anyways, guys, the funds are withdrawn, and who knew in advance? I definitely say it's someone on the inside. Now, some coins like Atom, and I actually have a lot of Atom, guys, and I think I've covered Atom several times on this channel. It actually went to zero. Look at this, 0.001 cent. And yeah, I actually looked at a couple of charts, though. I didn't see it get that low, but this is Binance, guys. So who knows what happened in Binance? But yeah, I mean, they definitely went to zero, it looks like, on Atom. I didn't actually look at it on Binance. I do have Binance too. But anyways, guys, yeah, unbelievable. And this wasn't just Atom. This is, you know, across the board. There's a lot of coins that went to zero and bounced back, of course. Now, just in here, it says Binance co-founder says users who suffered losses attributable on the exchange can request compensation. Now, I don't know any more details about this, guys. Maybe if you were doing some longing and shorting and things like this, I don't know. Maybe there's some form you need to fill out. But just keep this in mind. If you suffered a big loss, you know, maybe you need to look in the app, open up Binance, and, you know, try to get some compensation somehow, somewhere. Now, the Crypto.com, you know, CEO or leader, whatever we want to call him, guys, he said regulators should look into exchanges that had most liquidations in the last 24 hours and conduct a thorough review of fairness of practices. Now, from what I've heard, actually, Crypto.com may have some problems. So it is a little bit weird that, you know, the CEO would come out and say this if they had some problems. So I don't think they have actually a big problem. But that's the rumor, guys. There was actually some tweets that I saw that Crypto.com might have some problems here. Now, we do need to take a look at this, guys. This is amazing here. The COVID crash caused $1.2 billion in liquidations. FTX caused $1.6 billion in liquidations. But yesterday, guys, $19.16 billion in liquidations. It's almost 20 times bigger than the COVID crash of March 2020. This is amazing, guys. And, you know, it's hard to describe, but you know, none of us will probably ever see something like this again. Never say never, but, you know, the bigger the market gets, of course, the bigger the liquidations will get. But it's going to probably be a long time before we see something like this ever again. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have partnerships with Bybit, MEXC, BingX, Bitrue, BTSE, WeX, and CoinEx. Guys, if you want to get Moodix for a free 7-day trial, you can go here on this link. And guys, if you want a safe, cold wallet, go to CypherRock. If you use this link today, you will get 17% off your CypherRock wallet today, and you can follow me on X here. Now, let's take a look at this chart once again. Let's put this on a weekly time frame and just look at this. And I do want to say that we're pretty much just ranging still, guys. Look at this. We are back basically. We have been actually lower and had a closing candle on a weekly time frame way down here at 108,200 basically. And we're still way above that at this point. So I would like to see us get above 114, let's say 200, and kind of save this line here. That would be, the best case scenario in my opinion. I do believe people are probably going to buy through the weekend. We could actually get ourselves up here about another $2,000 just on the weekend. Weekends aren't really the best trading days, but if we can do that, guys, I think we have a real shot of moving back up pretty quickly next week. Another crazy thing, guys, is we're only 1.26% down in October. So, we were sitting about, 7 or 8% up in October, and we've only had 2 other red Octobers. So you can see back in 2017, minus 3.83%, and 2014, almost 13% down. I mean, guys, in 2014, this was still pretty much the Wild West. Guys, I wasn't even in crypto in 2018, but I can tell you that it probably came a long way since 2014. And, I think we're much more advanced than 2018 right now. So, will we keep this red? In my opinion, probably not. I don't think we really have anything to truly fear here. But, guys, be prepared. Maybe we get a red month. It's possible. We just had, 6 green months in a row. I mean, it's very possible we get 1 red month. But we're still very early in the month. We still have 20 days in this month. So, just sitting 1.26% down, it's nothing. Now, Ethereum here is a little bit interesting. We are still within this channel, technically. So, this is interesting to see. But, guys, I don't like being where we're at 38.30. We did crash right on the edge of this box. Now, if we go back on this box, this is the weekly time frame that we're looking at. And you can see that we got rejected at basically at least the middle or top of this box many times before. So 5 out of the last 6 times before this run, guys, we got rejected in this box. So we really, in my opinion, need to get back above this box. That would be the most ideal situation. That would take a pump up to about $4,100. Now, I don't know if we're going to do that on the weekend. Probably not, unfortunately. But in my opinion, if we can get above 39.38, that would be a great situation, but that is about $10 above. So let's see what happens this weekend, guys. But I do think people will be buying, but I would like to at least close this weekly candle above this line if possible. Now, the total market cap has actually dropped down to about 3.71 trillion, but guys, we're getting support right here on this line, and that's 3.71 trillion on a weekly time frame. Now, anything we can reclaim to the upside, the better, of course. In my opinion, 3.82 would be the best, but probably not going to get there over the weekend. So, small goal, guys, 3.74 and then 3.8, and let's see if we can get to 3.82. Now, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, this is what it looks like. Now, this is crazy. It actually dropped all the way down to 1.18 trillion. And right now we're at 1.47 trillion. We do have a green candle today. So that means people are buying altcoins, other than Bitcoin. So kind of nice to see. Again, let's put this on a weekly time frame. And anything we can reclaim, the better. But we did fall out of this channel, unfortunately, too. Now, the dominance, guys, this is one of my favorite charts here. And so far, 60.46 is providing resistance. So for altcoin holders, this is good. I would like to see this come down a bit more, of course. Maybe even have a red candle for this week. Again, we only have about 1 day and 9 hours, though, on this candle. Let's see what happens. But as long as we can stay under this, I think we're okay, guys. Now, if we take a look at the USDT dominance, people have taken their money out and put it into USDT, obviously. So I actually have a lot of USDT on the side. But, guys, like I said, I was having a little bit, financial difficulty lately, so I had to take some of this out. And actually, fortunately, I had this financial difficulty because it probably saved me a lot of money. So I will put this USDT back to use once I get back on my feet. I hope by the end of the month, but that's still a few weeks away. And yeah, we do have a USDT dominance at 4.83%. Unfortunately, we did break some, resistances to the upside so far. But again, we still have 1 day and 9 hours for this candle. Now, unfortunately, we have a 47 on the altcoin season index here, so we're more favoring Bitcoin at the moment, but just slightly. So not too bad. Let's see what happens next, guys. Now, the liquidation heat map, this has actually been dropping since I've started recording this video. It was actually at like 19.2 or 3 right before I started this video. So we are starting to drop now, but this is still a very significant number, guys. So anyways, if we move on to the fear and greed, we're at a 27. I did predict like a 50 last night on the video with near protocol, but guys, I didn't think it was going to get that bad. So yeah, we went from 64 to 27. Next update in about 8 hours and 13 minutes here. And guys, this is why I still have hope here. Bull market peak indicators still 0 from 30 have been hit. Pi cycle top indicator, in my opinion and most people's opinion, this is probably the best one. And during this week we had 61, 62%. So this is actually probably moving away from each other again. So yeah, I mean, we need to have these two lines cross, and then the bull market is over, guys. Now, next week we do have a lot of speakers during the week, guys. And depending on the government shutdown, I don't know if we're going to get all this economic data. But CPI is actually planned for Wednesday. New York Empire State Manufacturing on Wednesday as well. Thursday, we do have jobless claims, core PPI, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, also PPI here, retail sales, retail control, things like this, guys. So a lot going on Thursday. Friday, we have average hourly earnings. We have non-farm payrolls, private non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, industrial production. So a lot going on again on Friday, guys. So Thursday and Friday are pretty packed, and Wednesday too. So end of the week, middle of the week, very important, but let's see if we get all this data during the week. Who knows? Now, according to Moodyx, we had one of the worst days ever. I mean, just look at this, minus 1.22 points on Moodyx. That is huge. The sentiment actually moved to neutral, and there's no trend right now. The week was horribly negative. The month is horribly negative, but the year is still positive, guys. So at least one thing is green here, but yeah, such a bad day yesterday led to sentiment being neutral. FedWatch Tools actually has gone up, though. The percentage here is 98.3% for that quarter point cut. If we look at Polymarket here, there is about 91% chance we're going to get that decrease. 7% still think there's going to be no change. 4% believe there's still going to be a half-point cut, which is, probably crazy at this point. But here you have a little bit less than 1% believe in an increase. Now, looking at Trueflation, it's at 2.22% here. I think it was the same yesterday, honestly. So, it's still a little bit elevated off the Fed's goal, but in my opinion, that's fairly close. Crypto bubbles looking terrible for the day, guys. Only Zcash is way up, and this M, which is meme core. Yeah, I did a video on that about 2 months ago maybe. But yeah, actually Zcash is doing very good. I was thinking about doing a video on Zcash, but guys, just seeing this red across the board, I just don't feel like talking about one coin really. We really need to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum and what's next for crypto. Anyways, the hour. Looking better, guys. A lot of these are starting to, pick back up and gain some momentum here to the upside, fortunately. And guys, if you want to stake your coins, and yesterday I did a near protocol video. If you want to check that out, well, please do so. But pretty much everything in that video is now irrelevant, I would say, unfortunately. But there's 42 results for near protocol, for example. But you can search almost any coin here. For example, let's just say TRX. And yeah, we'll pull up Tron, and you can find many deals, guys. And so yeah, do your homework before you start sending coins blindly around. And anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell. Please use those links down below, guys. It does help me. I do get commission. It's pennies, though, unless you're trading millions and millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars or something like this. But I think most of you are probably trading about several $100s, if that. So anyways, it really helps me, and guys, I really appreciate those who have been using it, and thank you for all your support, and guys, I will see you in the next one.